August 22nd, 2015, Kruno Spirituality, Conti 2. So this would be trying to understand or explain the metaphor, the light, which is touched by the umbrella of darkness. So that oneness is all the time one unity. So when it stretched and entered the zone, that metaphysical light actually now has a control over that light, because it's the whole point. So it's like over-encompassing umbrella over that mass. How to visualize it? Now imagine from the left-hand side like a mass of light. Let's actually use for the light this umbrella, and let's say that this is what is like leaching on it, and this is how it looks like. And out of that contact, all the universe has been made, because every single one is a polygon, however you call it. It's a playground for that eternal conflict to repeat itself. And conflict is a test. It's 2 plus 2 equals 4. What do you think? It's correct. Now, let's say 2 plus 2 equals 5. What do you think? I disagree. And then it slaps you. And how much is it? 2 plus 2? I say, well, it's a 4. It's not 5. And then it slaps you again. And then, why don't you ask the people around you? And then you look around all the organic portals, and they say, dude, it's a 4. Don't be stupid. And this is basically what's going on. It's always doing this. It's always projecting lies. It's always manipulating us, and this is how it's been calculated, how strong we are. Everything depends on the level of separation from the truth. So, being a human, you have a certain degree of connection with the truth, if you're consciously looking for it. But it's actually challenging to get to that level that you can understand that something is wrong with this world, and intuitively develop yourself that you can sense the evil presence around you. I can sense the Illuminati. I can sense negatives. I can sense the reptiles, which is again beautiful from one side, because I can move myself from them and not to breathe their poison, either political or simply metaphysical poison, and I don't have to play their game. I'll give you an example, fresh example from my home city. Right now, there is a big drama in Rijeka. You have on one side, you have a footage from city's state theater, which is on the far left, which is provoking all the ideas, all the established mantras about the holiness of Croatian nationalism and blah blah blah. And then on the other side, you have the Croatian nationalist group around these different NGOs, which are veteran NGOs. And then now they're demonstrating, trying to protect Croatia from the evil influence of this liberal guy, and so on. So this is the typical Illuminati game. You have, in the same time, it's like they always go with the two fronts. You have pro and con, and then you have to fit yourself in some of the game, and both games are run by them. And even if I look at the pictures, oh no, this guy, ooh, what a fishy vibe, this is Illuminati, percent. And then you look at those war veterans, about alcoholics really, and sorry guys, but this is what you are. And then waving something and pretending to be some protectors of myself and others, and all they want is just more money for booze, really. So I know, pathetic. But on one side, it's beautiful to be out of it and just observe it for really it is. It's just a dance of evil, right? But when you're out, you lose this contact with the people, because the rest of the humanity is simply dancing as evil wants, and evil is always going to offer them two very eloquent versions of what they think reality is. And I can't be with neither of sides, because they're both evil. That sucks, really. So So this is the another problem when when you're growing up spiritually. You can't. What Clarissa said. Sa ljudima je toplo, ali smrdi. With humans is warm, but it stinks. So that's the thing, and nothing more to be said about that. But this is the good part. But the bad part is you're simply. And but the bad side is you're simply slowly taken out of the picture, and this is the whole target individual thing. So I agree what Conti said when she said about thinking positive is extremely important. This thing is what saved my life, and I was supposed to die in March, according to the doctors from Calmet Hospital. And in March, they diagnosed me. They gave me 2 weeks to live, the final phase of E. coli infection, and that was about it. But my intuition and that connection with the spiritual truth dragged me from Phnom Penh into the guys. This area looks very nice, but I don't live here. I'm only here because I try to find a doctor to check out my kidneys, and of course there is no such a thing here. But it moved me to very remote area, very primitive. But it moved me away from microwaves, because in the time when I was also suffering from E. coli infection, I've been like, wow, just so microwave, and I'm not in the Taweng. So it works. It absolutely works. I was fighting, and it told me, it was just repeating me before diagnosis. It was just repeating me, ne panichari, do not panic, do not panic, do not panic. So nobody believes in that more than me. But as I explained in my previous videos, Kruno on suicide, I know that every game has its end. So I know eventually it will come to that it won't be, I'm not going to repeat it, but not, okay, now I have to. It's not going to be, my mother not going to be there to help me out, and all doors are closed regarding the job. So eventually I'm going to be again in the pain, and without tools to deal with it creatively. That means the suicide will be the option, and I would be stupid not to commit suicide in the scenario of overwhelming pain and zero money and maybe even homeless. So it's very stupid to live that kind of life. So another thing, that the German guy, his name is Gerd, Gerd, and he's from Karlsruhe. I don't like the guy, really, because he's a really fruitcase. I remember I tried to bring him food, and he was screaming at me that I'm trying to poisoning him, so I would eat the food myself and tell him to go fuck himself. And I remember when I tried to disinfect his feet, because he always had the problem with the feet. He's homeless, and he doesn't even know how to disinfect his wounds. It's so stupid. So I tried to help with that, but he was again screaming that I want to poison him or something. We are talking about schizo guy. And just when somebody is like really screaming and losing himself for 20 minutes in a row, and you can't really like that guy. You can feel pity for him, you can feel sorry for him, you can even feel compassion for him, but you can't really like him. And this is another thing. Irrelevant thing for you, but I do feel, I do think about him, how is he doing and so on. Yeah, it's a very difficult person to communicate with. And what else to say on that? So it is a line. It is a fine line in life when thinking positive and pumping yourself with the energy is actually working, and when it's not working, because we all have a date of expiration, or tendency to expire. If you notice, we do get old, and people do die, and it might also happen to you. The question is, in what kind of financial situation you're going to end up. most of my viewers are from the United States and the rest are from the Europe, so you guys can't really grasp the idea what means to have, let's say, kidney stone in Cambodia if you're a substantial farmer. If you're a substantial farmer, $2,000+ for a kidney stone is, let's say, what is for you $200,000. It's something you can't get. It's something which is beyond your limit. And I live in a country where people are dying out of malaria, people are dying out of dengue, women are dying at the childbirth. Doctors are really not existent in the sense you have them, because you need to have maybe 20% percentage on exam to pass the exam in the medical school, and if you don't have it, you can always bribe your way out. And B, you don't actually even have to go to school to buy the diploma. All you need to do is to be one of those privileged families in Cambodia, and then you buy yourself equipment, and then you put a poster that you're a doctor, and then people go to you because they see the poster. So I live in a country where actually there is no, apart 3 hospitals, Oro, something, and then Calmet, and then some other super expensive hospitals. There are only 3 hospitals in Phnom Penh, and Phnom Penh is the capital, where you can actually go, and people who have money opt to go to Thailand or Vietnam because they don't trust these hospitals either, because it's perfectly normal to have a doctor which never saw medical school, but he's a doctor. Chances for him to fuck up on you are colossal, okay? So, and on top of that, everything costs money. So, try to imagine living in that kind of country when you have medical issue. You are in deep shit. And out of 4 men, 1 will get kidney stones in a lifetime. Okay? So, people in this country are counterbalancing that high mortality by high fertility with lots of kids, because this is the way how you can balance things. If kid gets appendicitis, of course that you're not going to treat him because it's way too expensive. So better throw your penis into a woman and try to make another one, and hope that that one gonna live to support you in the old life, because this is exactly how life is. And of course that in these circumstances I'm thinking differently and taking these elements in calculation. Okay, so that's about Kruno on spirituality for Conti part 2.